Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're gonna build a fishing house on a fishing deck. I'm trying to figure out the size of my deck and my house. I'm not quite happy with it and I'm not sure exactly where to start from, but I guess we have to start from somewhere. For now, I will leave 3 blocks space in between every pillar and see how that goes. I'm thinking that those would be the pillars that will sustain the deck and the house. I haven't actually pictured the house in my head yet, but the best way to build this would be by gaining a bit of elevation. Usually decks are like a bit higher than the water itself, so we'll give it a try. The first thing that we'll do will be to increase the height of these pillars. As we said, we want to be slightly above the water. Next thing would be to add some stairs. I want an easy access towards my decking and the house. I will probably carry on building the house on my right hand side and leave the deck to go straight towards the sea. Let's give it a try. Now I have a small platform, quite happy with it. I think it looks interesting. I will use the same pillars to extend up the house, just like that. Not much to it, but it's definitely something. Having a second look, my house will end up being too small, so I'm thinking to extend it. That's more like it. That's plenty of space. Now, at the end of the project, I will have a villager living permanently on these premises, so I want to make it as comfortable as possible. It started catching a bit of shape. Not bad, but there is definitely something missing. Probably adding an extra edge here. Let's give it a try and see how it looks like. Following the logic from the starter house, I will want to build myself the face of the house. I want to create a design. And that would be my design. Nothing too complicated, it's just a fishing house after all. But I think it looks pretty nice. As we said, we've went up 4 blocks. That would be the normal height for my rooms. Then for more texture and details, we've mixed in between oak planks and spruce planks. I haven't used a lot of oak planks because all the floor is made of oak, but I think it looks nice and it keeps the house as being part of the whole decking. I will carry on adding this edge of extra slabs. That's what we have so far. Interesting. Let's carry on. Now that I have my design on the front of the house, I want to duplicate this and make something similar for the rest of the walls. I will leave this space open because I will want to have a working space or a working bench for my villager. He will be a fisherman and this will keep him very busy. All our walls are now in place, just few more details. Look at that difference. Just in between couple of trapdoors and few stairs, the whole building changed. It actually looks very nice. Let's focus a bit on the roof, see what we can do there. Something is missing, something does not really convince me. I gave it a shot with stone. This doesn't look that great either. Definitely something still missing and I can't point out what. I'll give it another shot. We will go ahead with more oak than spruce. Kinda balances things out. It looks alright. Let's carry on. And that will probably do it, at least for now. I don't really want to complicate too much the roof, as I'm planning to add quite a lot of details around the decking. The roof itself looks pretty detailed, having the 2 different colors of wood. Let's try and fill up the rest of it now. Does not look bad. We filled in the rest of the roof, still something missing. I'm not quite happy with the result. Let's try and adjust this side here. I've stripped down all that oak that was on the front of the house. Looks a bit better. We'll probably still need to add a couple of details, so we'll leave that for later. First, I want to finish this interior. I thought to give it a try by adding some stone. I've replaced the old stairs that we had here with stone bricks, which I think looks a bit better. Not bad at all, but if I would want to keep the stone here, I will need to integrate more stones somewhere else, so we need some adjustments. Not sure exactly where, at least not yet, but definitely we'll sort it out. In the meantime, we're gonna carry on adding some trapdoors. I've extended a bit our deck and dropped it as well to the water level. This would be the place where you dock your boat, just like this. Ooh, we caught something. The decking looks alright, but there is still space for improvement. Let's try to work something out by adding some fences, lights, and some more decorations. If you remember, I mentioned earlier that I will need to integrate more stone somewhere. Well, I think I found the right space for it. What do you think? Let's add some lights as well. Now, with the lanterns in place, it's time to work in more detail. The structure itself looks nice, but there is still a lot of work to be done. This building so far is quite basic. Although we had great results, there is still space for improvement. I removed the trapdoors that I had on these corners and added lights instead. I want to make sure that my villager inside is pretty safe. Reason why, I will need to add lanterns all over this area, especially around the water or inside the water because of the drowners, which are hard to control. Next thing would be to add a bit of decoration here. I've added a lantern and a couple of rose trapdoors. Think it's enough. One thing that could actually work would be some lifts coming from this side of the house and climbing towards the roof. Let's give it a try. Definitely adds a bit more detail. I'll leave it as it is for now. Next on my list would be a chimney. My villager will need some sort of heating inside, right? So let's add a chimney on the top of the house. One chimney ready to go, and that gave me the chance to add more stone to the structure. Oh, that guy. Let's fix a bit the interior as well. Let's start with a bed. That should be alright, and I don't really want the villager to interact too much with this area, because I'm pretty sure he will eventually get stuck somewhere on these stairs. It usually happens. His workstation will be outside, as we said. Thinking maybe there. Let's give him some bookshelves as well. Maybe he wants to read. Also, we'll definitely need some light. That will do. What about this corner? This looks better. Couple of barrels and a chest will fix the problem. Also, I was thinking to add some item frames with 2 fishing rods and a sword. Why not? My villagers need to defend with something. The top part of the house will remain quite simple. It's not much that I want to add to it. I want my villager to spend majority of his time down there. Here would be just more like decorations. I've made a fire pit, couple of trapdoors just to give it more detail, and the item frame with a bride in it. I think that's enough. That's more than it needs. The ground floor looks pretty nice. I wouldn't really want to add more. I think it's pretty detailed. We'll leave it as it is. My villager's workbench. Maybe another item frame here with a fish in it. I've actually added 4. I kinda like the idea. Now that we finished with the house, at least for now, next thing to be added would be some kelp and some seagrass. And that will do it. Now it's time for the final touch. Emotional. There we have it, guys. My fishing house on my fishing deck. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.